Editing a scan model, trimming or solidifying. In the screenshot here, you'll see crop, trim, erase, solidify color. And apply. Apply is like saying done. You can reverse the changes, and undo or redo buttons will show up on top of those. Trim option shows you a green line. You can change the length of it, change the angle of it, as well as the object. You can drag by clicking outside or on it. The trimming option chops a part of the object straight off. If you want to chop a massive part of the object, majority of the shape will remain, depending on where you chop. In this case, I chopped the head, so you'd be more noticeable. There's also solidify option, so let's say the head's been chopped off, you want to keep it that way, then you click solidify, it takes a bit of time, and then it becomes a model, no longer hollow. When editing a scan model, you can also crop, which is just like cropping a picture, but a model, where if you click apply, this bit pops out, and it's just the same model thing. It's just when you click solidify on this later, it'll become more solid, as you see here. We can also leave it like this, where I'll show you erasing it. Where I click here and move it over here. This happens, and this much, just the surface of it gets erased. Notice I made a hole here, and it also got erased with it. Click apply, and it remains as is. In some versions of this software, it doesn't have surface or pole, and it just shows solidify instead of repair. But still, click solidify, it still works. The difference is, what used to be here is not here. So that's what it looks like. For color, you can change that too. You can make the brightness go really dark, make the brightness go really bright. Or you can also make the contrast really high, or you can make the contrast dull. Those are the other parts of the software in editing the objects. Besides that, you can always go back to change the color back to normal. Click finish, and there's also a snapshot here. This here is not featured in some versions. Snapshot just gives you another save as I use Windows, you get this, and type in the file name, and it shows any kind of PNG file, which is a picture file, kind of like screenshotting. So if you choose not to save it, you just get a failed sign. Editing a scan model, extended mask. Perhaps you only scanned around half the model, more or less. You will get this cubic extension. If you don't want that, you can either rescan it or awkwardly trim it. As my attempt to trim it sort of helped, cut off a big piece, but still remains kind of triangular looking. If you wanted it that way, one way you could do is just scan the front of the person, and you'll get something that looks like the red model up the right corner. If you want to scan just a bit more, but you don't manage to scan two parts of it, it will try to assume the rest of the curvature in the shape, and eventually it starts to look like a part of the scan that you just did. A bunch of triangles to get the surface just right, and at the bottom left you'll see missing two surfaces, no trim, solidified. To show you how solidification completes the object either way, no trim, so extensions also get solidified too. But when printing, it's best to keep the object that you want and not the mishaps around it.